It's Shadow Story Time. This book is about nature.
This book is about healing sick animals.
Dr. Potts, My Pets Have Spots by Rob Hull. Mr. Betts, who had lots of pets, went in a panic one day to the vet's. The vet, whose name was Dr. Potts, listened and said, "You've got lots and lots of pets. What's wrong with them, Mr. Betts?" Poor Betts sighed. "Oh, Dr. Potts, my pets have all got spots. A spotty fish, a spotty cat, a spotty snake, a spotty rat, a spotty rabbit, a spotty frog, a spotty canary, a spotty dog." Dear me, said Dr. Potts, and searched through her book till she came to spots. Now strawberries suffer from boturis. It seems your pets have spotturis. Spotturis? Is that bad? Poor Mr. Betts was feeling sad. Nothing bad that I can't cure, though Dr. Potts was not quite sure. She thought of pills or perhaps a lotion, but decided instead on a special potion. She mixed it up behind a screen and returned with a medicine that was bright green. "Give them this 3 times a day. That should take the spots away." So Mr. Brett, feeling quite assured, was convinced his pets would soon be cured. He followed the instructions to the letter and wished and hoped his pets would get better. The spots went away, which was a surprise, but Mr. Betts couldn't believe his eyes. He looked at his pets and shouted, "Yikes!" No more spots, they were covered in stripes. Off at once, back to the vet's, ran an angry Mr. Betts. "You mean they've got stripes instead of spots?" "That's what I said Mr. Betts. Now I'm the owner of stripy pets. A stripy fish, a stripy cat, a stripy snake, a stripy rat, a stripy rabbit, a stripy frog, a stripy canary, a stripy dog." It was obvious something had gone wrong. Perhaps the green stuff was too strong. "Aha," said the vet, "I know what to do. Green is no good. Give them this, it's blue." With the blue medicine, Brett went away, but you'll never guess what. He was back the next day. "Hello," Dr. Potts said. "Did that do the trick? Tell me your pets are no longer sick." "Well," began Betts, as he faced Dr. Potts, "the green stuff you gave me got rid of the spots, but gave me a bad case of the stripes instead. So I gave them the blue stuff, just like you said. The stripes went away, but it's worse than I feared. Now each of my pets has grown a beard. A bearded fish, a bearded cat, a bearded snake, a bearded rat, a bearded rabbit, a bearded frog, a bearded canary, a bearded dog. Aha, that's easy to cure, my good fellow. Give them this twice a day. It's yellow." So once again, Mr. Betts went away. And once again, he was back the very next day. "The green stuff you gave me," he said to Dr. Potts, "was quite successful. It got rid of the spots, but gave them a bad case of the stripes instead. So I gave them the blue stuff just as you said. Now, as you saw, the stripes disappeared, but left my pets with very long beards. So I gave them the yellow stuff, and by the beards went away, but they started to cry. A crying fish, a crying cat, a sobbing snake, a sobbing rat, a weeping rabbit, a weeping frog, a wailing canary, a wailing dog." Goodness me, Dr. Potts was worried. Again behind the scenes she hurried. There she thought and scratched her head, and chose a medicine that was bright red. Poor Mr. Betts gave a sigh. Anything was worth a try. Taking the medicine, he ran from the vet's, but back the next day came Mr. Betts. Dr. Potts was getting vexed and wondering what would happen next. Mr. Betts looked a sorry sight, as if he'd been up all night. "Did it work, Mr. Betts?" the vet inquired. "Did it give you the results you desired?" "Well, the green stuff you gave me, Dr. Potts, worked a treat. No more spots. But as you know, they got stripes instead, so I gave them the blue stuff like you said. No more stripes, but rather weird, all my pets grew very long beards. So I gave them the yellow stuff to try, and all my pets began to cry. Next was the red stuff, and no surprise, they stopped crying at once. But they've shrunk in size. A very small fish, a very small cat, a little snake, a little rat, a minute rabbit, a minute frog, a tiny canary, a tiny dog." "Then we've won, Mr. Betts. Oh, how splendid. We'll start from scratch. Your troubles have ended. Your pets are precious. I know you need them. Now all you have to do is feed them." A whole week passed, and then at last, hurrying, scurrying into the vet's, came a delighted Mr. Betts. Gone were the spots, the stripes, and the beards. Gone were the weeping and wailing and tears. Grinning and beaming, Mr. Betts was proud to show off his healthy pets. Happy now he rides the street and tells each passer-by that he meets, "I've got a healthy fish, a healthy cat, a healthy snake, a healthy rat, a healthy rabbit, a healthy frog, a healthy canary, a healthy dog."